Yeah, you know what time it is, man. Homegrownradio.net. One more again. Yeah, who that is? Chuck Dizzle, DJ Head.
Miss Bliss.
What it do though?
Smoky Lane.
Bringing radio back to its roots right here on homegrownradio.net. Chuck Dizzle, DJ motherfucking Head in the place to be. Shouts out to Miss Bliss. She's out and about doing her thing, man. Look, check it out, man. We got a special show for you guys today, man. This dude in the studio with us right now is no stranger to the LA scene. You know what I'm saying? He stepped into the scene in 2008. Been putting out constant material, constant mixtapes, constant just shit going out there, man. You might be familiar with 25th Hour. You might be familiar with The West Side with Love. You know what I'm saying? You might know about that Yellow album. Yeah. Future Street, you know what I'm saying? The Future Street drug sales, man. Can't forget about that shit too, man. In the building with us right now. He's been building, you know what I'm saying, taking his time, building with other people's money. The one and only Dom Kennedy in the house with us right now. What's up, brother?
What up? Well,
appreciate you being here, man.
Yep.
Third studio album, brother.
Hell yeah,
by
man.
Dom Kennedy.
By Dom Kennedy, yep. Out right now, iTunes, Google Play.
Man,
yep.
That's amazing, man. We've seen the progression over the years, man, and kind of want to start off with, you know, being somebody that's really been a staple in the independent scene, man.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about the mind frame, your mentality, and just the overall scene back then in 2008 when you first stepped on versus now.
You know, my thing was more so out of necessity. You know what I mean? It was like I didn't really plan or imagine none of this happening, you know what I mean, when I started. But it just kind of happened out of just trial and error, really, and tired of hearing no. It's like you could either take no or you could try it yourself, you know what I'm saying? So I was always by any means, you know, that's how I came up. That's what I learned when I was a kid. So, you know what I mean? OPM, you feel me? 2008, 25th Hour, had a couple projects out, wasn't really feeling how, you know, the industry-wise was going. So in 2010 was my first OPM from the West Side with Love. Was the first project that had an OPM company on there that we put together. We've been rocking ever since. You know, back then it was different though, man, for sure. It was different times though. You know, like, for instance, I have to remind people, like, when I started rapping, it wasn't even no iPhone.
Right, damn. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So
technology,
the way to even be an independent artist and get money wasn't even possible. It wasn't that it wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, niggas wasn't good enough, I guess. It was just that it wasn't even possible. Right. You know, the whole thing fell apart with the internet, with Napster, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of caught the tail end of that, you know what I'm saying, when it was cool to put out music, but nobody was really getting paid, you know what I'm saying? And it was a real underground movement just of the art, you know, and over the years, not really being involved with the music, I could say the art and being more all the way in tune with all the way the music and my fans is what led me to be able to still be here today, you know, because I just mess with the music, you know?
I want to know who came up with the OPM.
OPM company, that was me. That was an idea I had, you know what I'm saying? That was an idea I had just from hearing it as a phrase. I always loved it, you know, it was something my dad said to me, and then I heard it a couple times my dad said to me when I was younger. I always loved it as a phrase. You know, other people's money records, I believe somebody had that. But I didn't want that anyway. I just wanted the OPM company. You know, it was always what I own. You know what I'm saying? Other people's money company or the OPM company, that's all I love. So, you know what I mean?
Now what if that is your dad the person that kind of instilled being an entrepreneur kind of coming up?
Nah, not really. I mean, my dad was, you know, he had just instilled you know what I mean, being a good person, really. You know what I mean? Like, not really an entrepreneur, just being a good person. He was actually talking to me about Donald Trump and things like that. You know, people that was like, my dad, you know, he worked, he had a good job, great job, but, you know, he worked. But he was talking to me about, like, Donald Trump, you know, and was pointing out a building and, like, how he does his thing. And he was, like, saying, like, he get rich, use other people's money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was like, ding, hold on, okay.
And I didn't have no plans. You know, I wasn't doing that. It just always sounded good.
Yeah.
So then later on, you know, rapping, again, I didn't come in like, oh, OPM, I'm going to start this company and whatever. I was just worried about music, but I needed an outlet. I needed a company to run with me, you know, and it was like, I didn't have no deal. You know, things wasn't really looking like I was going to be with get a deal or nothing like that. So it was like, do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? I already kind of learned from being around with like Rough Riders, Rockefeller, No Limit. You know what I mean?
You want your own shit.
Things like that. So it was like once I knew, I was like, I'm not gonna really get a deal right now. It's like, do your own thing.
You want to do your own shit.
Now it's smart because like a lot of people don't really have that mindset coming into the game like that now. But for you, like when did you realize it was more than just a hobby? Because obviously people start off with just rapping in the closet or rapping at lunch with their friends. But for
like
you,
2006, 2005, because you know, like you said, rapping. Everybody could rap a little bit, at least to me. You know, everybody.
Right.
Especially if you in the inner city, you didn't rap, whatever. So I wasn't really a rapper, you know, like people freestyle, whatever. We laugh, you know, it was a thing to do. You know, I like to write, you know, so if you rapped and for instance, somebody came around and was like, yeah, I could rap, I'm tired, and I'd be like, oh, okay, for sure. Well, say, you know, let them say they rap. And then I always had like a little rap ready that I knew, you know, just like one or two, you know what I'm saying? I used to do that. I would rap on girls' voicemails, and you know what I mean. Girls I know, I write them little songs.
Do you remember like the first rap that you ever did?
The first rap I ever did, yeah, I did. I do definitely remember that. I remember sitting down writing. I mean, it's different levels of that. Like I remember being a little kid on the karaoke machine, and rapping. I remember sitting down and like trying to come up with my own actual rhyme. You know, like on a page, you know, that I could recite. That was a little difficult, but I like the challenge of it.
When did you know that you were dope?
I knew what made me want to write was when I was younger and I would hear raps, for instance, right, and I would say, okay, this is tight, and then I started just substituting like people I knew for what they said, or like things like that, and then I noticed like I could do that pretty easily. Like it was easy for me to remember rhymes and to replace them.
You're like, damn, I ain't struggling with this shit.
Yeah, exactly. So then it just became like an exercise, like how, you know, just staying up writing and trying to figure out, become an artist, you know, figure out what you're going to talk about. Is there
a particular song that you can point out to? Because for me, I know I didn't rap or anything like that, but for me, when I heard the dog food album was like an instrumental album for me. Like when I heard that shit, that's the first album that I bought with my own money. What was the first album that you bought with your own money?
The first complete probably rap album I bought with my own money was probably like AT Aliens.
AT Aliens.
And I had bought some singles before then, like other things, but that Outkast, I think, like, I don't know when that came out. I remember having that. Yeah, exactly. That was like when junior high I started really being able to get albums. And even though I was too young because they had the label on there, you know, I stole albums before, honestly. I talked about that in the songs, but, you know, I remember stealing CDs out of Sam Goody.
What store would you steal them from?
Sam Goody. Fox Hill Mall.
Sam Goody.
The security is real light.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the little censor shit in it?
I mean,
if they did,
they would have like a little display right in the front. It would say Machiavelli or like Mo Thugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You just go ahead and put it right in.
Like 3 of them.
Throw it right in the pouch.
Yep.
Now for you, like when it comes to let's fast forward to when you start taking it more serious, right?
Yep.
What for you? When was it that time you said, you know what? All right, I'm gonna make that leap and really do this shit. Like, what was the last job you had prior to that?
I only had one job my whole life. I worked at South Bay Galleria.
Get the fuck out of here.
Up against the wall, South Bay Galleria. Yeah, when I graduated high school, that was the only job I ever had.
Niggas probably ran into you a couple of times.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it ain't just rap. You know what I mean? Right. It's life. So it's like I worked up there. That was cool.
How much time you spend there?
6 months, exactly.
So that's when you was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm gone."
That was way. I wasn't rapping in. I was just doing other. I just didn't want to work there no more. I was young, you know. But it was about maybe 2005, 2006 where I really started recording music, recording my voice on songs and just learning about, you know, what I do right now.
Now, are there some Dom Kennedy records that are out there that's previously released before the 25th hour that you know might service on YouTube?
Nah, Dom Kennedy was the 25th hour. That was the first Dom Kennedy.
So were you going as Dom before then?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. There's no way. It's
You
no
actually
way.
put the shit out that you first did.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Hold up. What was your first? Did you have a rap?
I
name
didn't have
prior?
no really rap name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This
that was
nigga
my
rapping and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would work with my cousin. Exactly. I wasn't really trying to be a rapper. That's what I'm saying. Like, I did little verses on stuff, playing around. You know, like I had a cousin that made beats, a homegirl that sang, and another homie that rapped. So we would just play around, do little songs with it. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know, and I was a part of that group. Like, my original nickname was Easy Money. I said that before in the interview off in Lamar Park, just being a kid. So, you know, it was just me more so rapping. When I decided I wanted to be a rapper, 25th Hour.
We're going to come right back with more Dom Kennedy. We're going to talk about the album, man. Buy Dom Kennedy. It's available right now. And y'all stay tuned. It's homegrownradio.net, bringing radio back to its roots.
Man, I try to do it with by example, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I'm not in a position to tell anybody, like, don't take no deal, don't do this, don't do that. I kind of try to guide by example. I work with them on the music, you know what I'm saying? And let they dreams, you know, obviously.
Homegrownradio.net